this application of the truth is going to be kind of tumultuous. This was, in the Greek times, this was their dark ages. Right here. Right over here, the fourth day. Anybody here heard of Nasara? Can anybody speak about it? I can, because I'm not part of the programs. Nasara is the National Economic Security and Recovery Act. Nasara is a secret law that's been passed at least 3 times by Congress, signed by the President many times, by which all of them must abide by the World Court decision that they must all resign. The whole government must resign. And there must be a complete revamp of our banking and economic system. Because thanks to Willie Nelson and Farm Aid, the IRS and the federal bureaus were found to be fraudulent and guilty of treason against all of you. And so Nasara, which is a radical law, radical, complete new foundation for the ethical and integral operation of business, individual, and government alike. It's been scheduled on the books for quite a while. For the last 3 years, it's been in development. It's actually been a law for over a year now, but not enacted. It was supposed to be enacted on September 11th, but we had an accident. So this new foundation, this new structure for having an ethical government, an ethical economic system, is in place. It's up here. It was right in here. It was being developed, being germinated, sprouting, going to Congress and getting passed a couple of times. Now it's being talked about more and more and more by people like me and on the internet. And as this truth is exposed, so will the truth about a new foundation be exposed. It will be fully implemented or put into effect during this time, according to the Mayan calendar, during the 4th day. This is November of 2005. We start the 4th night. The 4th night is always a time of the application on the beginning of building new structure on the new foundation. It's ruled by the god of intoxication.
Cheers.
It's a pretty giddy time. Right here. It's a time of healing. After these shifts and changes, it's like a respite during that period of time. And preparation for huge breakthroughs in consciousness. Now, we have a 5th day coming up in 2006 through 2007. During the national cycle, Christ showed up right here and gave us the consciousness that we were divine. We were every bit as divine as the kings and rulers of Rome. That we didn't have to have any particular priests or kings speaking to our Creator for us. That's what Christ brought in, is that we're all sons and daughters of God. Then, during the most recent fifth day, we got E equals mc squared, the blueprint of our physical reality. Another guy, Hubble, discovered that we lived in an infinite universe, which means that everything is possible. So during this period of time, we got the blueprint and the proof that absolutely anything and everything is possible to occur. That's a big opening for consciousness. What do you suppose this one's going to be? We're already doing teleportation. You're already experiencing telepathy daily. What kind of breakthroughs do you suppose we're going to have by 2006? Do you know that they're working on nano computers right now? A nano is a part of an electron, by the way. They're now able to program nanos in order to create molecular-sized computers. When you team that up with the ability to teleport light, you get something which is way beyond our comprehension of computers right now. Infinitely fast computers that are nearly infinitely small. That we're working on right now. Funny thing, the development is happening way faster than they thought. These scientists in Denmark are decades ahead of where they thought they would be 5 years ago. They are already 25 years ahead of where they thought they'd be in 5 years. What does that mean?
Anything is possible.
More and more is possible. Genetics. You know that they just recently did the whole map of the human gene, the genome, right? We have all the human DNA. You probably also heard that that happened 15 years ahead of schedule. This acceleration is for real, folks. Huge corporations are teetering and going to fall over. And it's not so much because of their ethics, although that's a big part of it right now. Research and development is the most expensive part of business. And by the time somebody has gone through the whole process of research and delivered the product to market, it's already extinct. And they have to nearly give it away. The companies can't keep up with the rate of the acceleration of consciousness because they're dealing in physical stuff. Consciousness is not physical. The possibilities in consciousness are not limited by time and space. And that limit of time and space is becoming less and less and less there. I want to do something with you. I want to go through this. This right here, I want to go through this about money. I mean, money's a big deal, right? All of us. I know money's a big deal to me. Here we go. Down here, what was money? Money was sharp pointy sticks and rocks. Some hank of hair tying a rock on to make it a tool, that was exchangeable. So the medium of exchange was rocks and sharp pointy sticks. Here, we go up to cultural, and what we got is an exchange of prettier rocks. That is gold and silver and some gems. We go up here into national, In the national consciousness, we get paper money and a banking system. Paper money. Right here, during this whole thing, we built an economy of electrons. That plastic card in your back pocket, that's a bank of electrons and nothing else. You know what has happened to the medium of exchange? It's gotten less and less physical, hasn't it? Electrons are just mental. Watch the stock market. It goes up and down with how people are thinking about it. It's all electrons. 80% of all commerce is done electronically, not with cash. So what's the next step? We have more steps here. What is going to be the medium of exchange in the future? No. It'll still be there, but there is an evolution going on here. We use gold already, okay? We have that as one. We've gone from a physical medium of exchange to less physical, now a mental medium of exchange. What's the next level? Spiritual exchange. And there's only one thing that spirits exchange. Admiration. They exchange particles of admiration. You can call it lots of different things. You can call it the emotion love. But what they're really doing, bottom line, is they're flowing admiration, which is all you were ever doing. How many boxes of berries is that blanket worth? As much as you admire it. How many electrons is that Corvette worth? As much as you admire it. And if you don't admire it enough, then you're going to buy a pickup truck or a Volkswagen or something else. The true value of anything to everyone is how much they admire it. And that will be the next step in our economics. How valuable is a company on Wall Street right now? How much do you admire WorldCom? So what's going to be valuable in the future? And what should you be investing in? What is admirable and nothing else? Now, if you find gold admirable, there you go. Lots of people do. But you know what's going to be more admirable than anything? Your consciousness. Your truth. Your ethics and your integrity.